the Grover back with another post-match reaction. West Ham went to the bridge and lost 3-2. Proud of the players, but it was not the result we needed. How you doing, Mark Green?
I am doing quite well, Charlie. Still, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good. I mean, I've only just calmed down, to be honest. I mean, it was a really weird one because before the game, you was like, you always say the same generic, oh, as long as we don't get bummed, as long as we show some fight. We showed a fight, but then it's just even more frustrating when you don't come out the game with something.
Yeah, I agree with that. To be fair, I think it's a game of two halves as per usual, isn't it? And
Yeah,
you're proud of what they've done, but you just feel like it's a kick in the stomach because and normally a 3-2 is against Chelsea is a respectable result, but having
yeah.
been 2-0 up and then to lose it like from 2-0 up and to go and fumble it like that, it's just it hurts me. And you know what? At the end of the game, it just made me despise Chelsea a lot, and their players are just such kids, aren't they?
No,
But,
honestly.
but
I was actually saying, I was saying to people before the game, like, I didn't actually realise that we've won once there since 2002. It literally
really,
goes the Cresswell goal, and then
yeah,
before that is when Paolo Di Canio scored the screamer.
really,
Yeah,
I didn't realize
no,
that.
it's like,
I was like, yeah,
and the thing is, it's like not just losing. I remember last season we played really well there. We took the lead and we got robbed by VAR. And we had
yeah,
the Cornet one. We had the one where me and you went to where Fab saved the last minute penalty and we still lose. And it's like we just
yeah.
have a stinking fucking record there. But
Honestly,
but no, in terms of the away day itself, I set off. It was the old 800 stops on the fucking district line. Yeah, the usual.
the worst. There we go.
But yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, it was actually an enjoyable day. And the reaction after the game, like fans were really mixed. It was like, you were like clapping the players, but you were like screwing your face off. You were like, for fuck's sake, like, how have we done that? Um,
Uh,
but no,
I
I think just going through the game, he started with the same team, except for he did bring in Juve. I did feel a bit bad for Scholes, but maybe Scholes can also just have an impact off the bench as well. But it's not a decision where I'm like fuming or anything. But
I
I
mean,
did think he'd stick with Scholes.
let me ask you this: how do you think Juve played against Chelsea? I mean, as you know, I didn't really watch the match fully. I watched in like drips and drabs, too busy doing
Yeah,
bits, watching WrestleMania and stuff. But sorry, Rumble. But
woke.
yeah, how do you actually play? Do you think?
Like I thought in the first half, like everyone was saying, hopefully we can start the first half really lively again because the last few games we've just looked so good in the first half, ain't we? And yeah, he didn't really put a foot wrong. They had like a few crosses and half chances, but we didn't have anything to do. We were taking a piss, to be honest, and you can tell at half time when the half time whistle went, the Stamford Bridge was giving them the fucking Everton treatment, mate. They're all getting booed off.
Yeah, I heard it.
Um, yeah, there
Something
weren't
like
anyone in the first half that you could really fault.
that.
So yeah, I think that's why I always expected the same team, but I did feel a bit bad for Scholes. But no,
No,
like I think first half wise, we started really, really well. Again, we scored before we even got the protest going in the
yeah.
15th minute. But no, yeah, again, it was a fast start. Jared Bowen scored a sort of like cross shot. It was funny though because I was like I sort of wanted Pablo to get a little toe on it just so it's
Yeah,
his
no.
goal. But no, then who scored the second? Oh, it was
It
Crescencio
was
scored again, didn't he?
Super Summer, you know, Super
he?
Summer.
He was class again, so good, like just so confident, just taking it on. I'm not sure if you saw the clip in the first half where him and Jared Bowen were just doing them flicks to each other. It was honestly, it's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like some of the best bit of football I've seen at West Ham in years, and like everyone
No,
around us was just in jubilation. Like I can't believe what I'm watching. And I remember just before half time, we had a couple more chances, and I was like, we needed that
you
third.
needed
We
that
just
one to
needed it.
kill it.
And without
Absolutely.
trying to be like without trying to stomp on anyone's parade at half time, everyone was over the moon, and I kept just going. I've got a bad feeling. I've watched us too many times over the years. And obviously, I couldn't tell on telly, but apparently during the game on telly, it come up. Chelsea have been in the league. No, Chelsea have been trailing 2-0 at half time 56 times, wins 0. That's just an omen, isn't it? Just always.
It's the West Ham in you that's just telling you, don't get carried away. You can't enjoy it for too long. Get that goal. Even though 3 goals ain't going to be enough, you still try and get that goal. And you just think, you know what? So I always use this. Me as a West Ham fan, I always just say, the game doesn't begin until the second half, because the first half can mean nothing. Like, you can get all the goals, but the real game is how it ends. And yeah, that's it. But I mean, Super Somerville again, getting the goal. That was a really good goal as well. Bounced a bit, got the right connection. And this is it. Remember, like a month ago, we were just saying too many touches on the ball and stuff, and we just said if he just gets that goal, we'll see a different player.
Yeah,
look at him; he's a completely different player in terms of like going forward and defending. He works really hard for the team, but he just couldn't get the end product. But now he's got the end product, and it's just like the player we've wanted for like a year and a bit now, isn't it? I'm so happy for him. I'm very happy for him, and long may it continue. I was so confident. I even put him in my draft because I knew he was going to do something today.
Yeah,
No,
the thing is though, it's sort of like I like that with a lot of players where like it's not the ability, it's just like getting in their own head, not getting that bit of luck. But yeah, I thought as well, like obviously the manager's getting a lot of stick, and including from me, because I do think about 90% of that is on him. But the thing is, Chelsea were always going to come out better. They were never going to play like that in the first half, and you could tell from the subs. Like they got on like Cucurella, James, and was it Pedro come on?
I think Pedro came on as well.
Yeah, and you could. The thing is though, before Nuno made the subs, we had a couple of big chances to make it 3 still. We were still creating stuff, and that was what I was trying to say. I was like, do not bring anyone on. Don't change anything. We've seen this before where we've been in the league comfortable. You make one little tactical change, and it's that whole thing of just because you've got an extra defender on the pitch, don't mean you're going to defend better. It creates more problems than like, it's sort of creating issues that aren't there necessarily. And I think the first sub, I think he waited until they scored the first. And then, like a minute later, he was like, "Right, sub." And off come Pablo, who run his socks off again. I think that is his role in the team. It's just to press and be a pest. And to be honest, it fucking works, doesn't it? But then the second, I remember the guy next to me went, "Oh no!" And I went, "What?" And he was like, "I think I've just seen Max getting stripped off." He's like, "Oh no!" And it was just, it just created that anxiety, and without even saying anything, everyone could just feel it. Do you know what it reminded me of? When Chelsea got the first, you remember when we was at St James's Park cruising, winning 3-1, and then they got 3-2. We were like, "Oh no,
no!"
You could just feel it, and their fans went from being awful to just fucking up for it, and yeah, it was one of them. Like the subs just killed us, man. It just completely ruined our threat on the break.
Completely. And do you know what it is? It's just like it's a game of momentum, because if you have the momentum and stuff, yes, they consider goal, but it was not as if we were bricking it, like you said. We're still in the game, we still had chances. So from going that, I'd liken it to like you're driving a car high speed. You're not just going to suddenly you have to take ways into going back the other way and just sustaining the brake and stuff. You can't just halt your speed, or else you lose momentum, you kill the speed, and it's completely done. And that's what he's done. He's just completely. When you bring another defender, automatically the players' minds are just to sit back, because one, you got another defender, so we're all talking about how we're going to shift. Okay, yeah, you come in here, you don't really have a position, you send the centre back, and you're just supposed to be a lump. That's supposed to be for like the last 5-10 minutes when you have to. So not in like the last half an hour, because if you're doing that, you invite more pressure to come to your team. You're not doing anyone favors. There's no mid-link between the midfield and the attack, or anyone to hold it up. You're just basically camping and making the luxury of Chelsea coming into the game and stuff. And we've seen it countless times before. We're not ready for that. We're not that type of team. You need to give us trust. Like David Moyes, we used to be at him saying, "Oh my gosh, we're getting peppered. David Moyes fucking bringing a sub." And I'm just like, he knew what he was doing, because he trusted the players. The players knew their assignment and stuff. They just need to just be regimented. But Nuno comes in and he's like, "No, instead of bringing the midfielder, which would have been a bit more logical, slow it down like in increments." Kilman could have come in for the last 5-10 minutes. I wouldn't mind that. But you got to feel sorry for Kilman. I think he's very low on confidence. The second goal, he did well To be
I was
fair,
going to say that he actually done
yeah,
really well. Like he's been, and if you watch their goals back, I mean, I had a terrible view of their goals. We were like row
mm,
4 behind the goal, so all I could see was net. It reminded me of where we used to sit in our first couple of years. All I could see
yeah,
was net. But do you remember the Brighton away game we went to, where like it got to the point where you're just sat in your own goal? And if you
yeah,
watch all of Chelsea's goals back, there's like 8 players in the
yeah.
box. Like
Well, that's
Areola's
it.
trying to come out, but there's so many players in front of him. Kilman's scrambling. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it is a
And I think
complete
that's
mess.
where, like, a lot of the fans were like, just bring on Potts or
Yeah.
Magassa to try and halt it in the middle and try and transition out and offer something rather than, right, let's just set up shop with like 30 minutes to go. So you're never going to hold on for that long against a team like against
No,
Chelsea. Like, they've got world class players.
you got to nullify the midfield, and in doing so, you can't just bring in another defender. You need to get someone like Magassa or Potts who are literally going to have that energy in midfield, especially Magassa or Potts who loves West Ham and will fight for the team. He knows getting a win up at Stamford Bridge is going to mean the world and stuff. And in the
Mm.
position we are, it's the midfield that you need to bring in because you see it sometimes. Magassa's just everywhere sometimes, like a rash, and he would have been the perfect person to come on and just be like, "Yep." But since that Wolves game, we've just barely seen him, haven't we?
Yeah,
Don't know
well, it's
what's
really
up.
weird. He had that man of the match against Man United,
Yeah,
and then he's not. I mean, to be honest, in a couple of games I've seen him, I think it was Wolves where he was having a mare.
yeah.
But I think the whole team were having a mare. It weren't just like just him. It was just a pretty much shit performance. But it's that whole thing of like they're not going to get better if they're not playing, and it's like in a game like that, you just want a bit of a brute, bit of energy, like someone to try and get us up the pitch. And then what annoyed me was so he brought on Kilman and then he brought off Tatty and then he brought on Callum Wilson, and Wilson was just
Yeah.
so isolated. And there was a bit where Wilson was trying to press their whole back four. He turns around and there is a 30-yard gap. And you can
Yeah.
see in his face, he's like, what's the fucking point?
What's the
Like,
point?
it's a waste of time. And I honestly think that's why Nuno didn't want him in his plans, because he just wants someone that's young, fresh, and going to run around. Whereas Wilson's the man that's going to get you the goal. He's got quality. He's not going to be the fucking headless chicken. He can do his best if there's a Pablo or a Tatty with him.
Yeah.
But you can't expect a 35-year-old or
34.
whatever he is to
Yeah.
fucking to be doing that. And yeah, we just sort of offered no threat, and then they equalised, and then literally everyone was like, right, respect the point. Just we've got to hope we can just think this out. And then I'm not sure we saw in the highlights, but we had like a free kick or a corner, and mate, Tadibo is 3 yards out.
Tadibo. I literally saw that. Yeah.
I thought
I
it was
remember
in.
watching it live. I watched it live, actually. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
literally thought it was
So
in. I thought it was in. I was like, oh no. And then we was all looking at each other like, that's the chance. That's
I
gonna
thought
swing it.
I thought it was a save, but yeah, it hit the post. I was like, margins, like,
Yeah, you can't be. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, how many times have we gone there? Like I was saying to Jack and I went with, like when me, you, and Joe went to the bridge last time. We were so disgraced and embarrassed and pissed off and angry at how West Ham played. Yeah, I was walking back to the station, and even though I was fuming, I was actually proud of the team. I'm like, you know what? They left it all out there, and they're not the best set of players, but it's more just it's a mentality thing where we're down the bottom. They're all wary, regardless of if we had a defensive manager or not. They're like, right, we need to protect what we've got here, and they could feel it coming on top. And
yeah,
no matter what level of football you play at, even if we was all playing over a park, if you know you're a bit shit, you want to defend the lead and like you want to sit back, but to come away from there with nothing is just so frustrating. And then to top it all off, Tadebo's now out for 3 games, and
and
I don't know how we was the only team to get a red card there, because I've seen the replays back and like
there's loads
their
of things
their
going
fucking
on,
keeper had his hands around his throat. I was like,
mate. It was a Royal Rumble, mate. I watched
it
2
was,
Royal Rumbles that
it
night.
was,
And yeah, no, I saw it. Like Adama, God, it's a scary guy, isn't he? But yeah,
yeah,
it all starts off. To be fair, I'm just thinking about. I looked back thinking, if Adama didn't react like that, nothing would have happened. I don't think he needed to react, but I think he was just engrossed in it and stuff. Maybe he got a bit of Fulham and just said, "It's Chelsea, I hate these guys and stuff." But
yeah.
especially Kukureya's a rat, to be fair.
Oh, I cannot stand him. But honestly, I think that he's one of them players where if he played for your club, you'd fucking love him. He's
Yeah,
like
no,
Costa at Chelsea, isn't he? Like you hated
yeah.
him, but you deep down you were like, oh, I wish that bastard
But
was ours, sort of thing.
it's just his hair and his face though that makes it even worse. He's
Yeah.
fucking tiny. He's literally the bottom of a rat of a fucking footballer.
Yeah,
But
I've not really
I
watched
mean,
the like highlights back, but people at home said apparently the linesman could have just diffused that straight away. because I think like the ball went out or it was handball or he
It
he,
was
he basically
handball.
could have done something to like calm it down. Instead, don't know why Pedro thought he was bad. When Traore turns round, the fear in that man's face is fucking iconic.
I just love it. It's just the fact that he ragdolled Correa, and I was like, what? I was like, and then he comes in. But you know what came on my mind? As soon as João Pedro, it was like Mark Henry.
Yeah. No, and then the worst thing was because obviously like you can't really see too much from where we are, and
Yeah.
you just see Cucurella go flying. I was like, what the fuck happened there? And then I didn't know that Pedro melted, but then you know what Pedro done? He walked right up to the away end and started doing that. I was
Yeah,
like, mate, you just shit your pants. Like, why are you
yeah.
piping up? No, it's just
Literally WWE playing to the crowd.
yeah. And
But
then obviously,
yeah,
I think you've seen a picture of me stood at the end of the game. You can see me next to their home fans. But just before that last corner, I was stood next to their like head security guy or something. I was chatting to him and I was like, "By the way, mate, if this goes in, I'm jumping over to the home and I'm going to get 100-year ban." And he went, "Sir, please don't do that." and then inevitably we just put in the shittest cross I've ever seen. I was like, "Ah."
oh no. Yeah, but look, I think the one thing we'll take away from that as well, especially at the end, how many times have we seen our team or players literally fight for them for each other?
Mm.
And it's a London derby. Like at Spurs, we could have done that. We barely did it. Arsenal, we don't do. We just feel a bit nice. But as much as it's annoying that he got a 3-match ban, it's just nice to see the fact Mavropanos, Todibo, all these players had a bit of fight about them. I was like, you know what? Come on, let's go for a scrap or something. Like,
Yeah.
it was nice. And you know what? Inside of me, it just made me feel, go on, guys, and stuff. But yeah.
I would
What do you
agree.
think?
I mean, that
Yeah.
fight's been missing. I don't know why, but there's a random Tottenham game we lost 2-0 away. I remember like Declan Rice was like patting them on the back, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What are you
Oh
doing,
my
mate? Like,
gosh.
show a bit of something here."
Honestly, I always go back to that game and thinking this team
Yeah,
is
just softy,
disgraceful.
softy, nicey, nicey. Just like, come on, just be bastards.
Yeah, be bastards.
But it's
Yes,
just we
leave
did
us
not
go.
want to lose to Debo for 3 games, man. That's gutting.
No.
And that's going to mean that either Kilman's falls back in or the Chelsea boy that's potentially coming in if he wants to join. Because apparently he's still on the fence, isn't he?
What a segue, mate. Go for it.
But like, do you think it's a case of he doesn't want a relegation on his fucking CV?
Do you know what it is? I think it's a fact that both weren't really keen. Well, West Ham weren't really too keen. We were like saying, yeah, we'll keep you on the sides, just wait and we'll see if we can get anyone better, essentially. So it makes him feel not valued, isn't it? So he's going to be like, well, I've got Milan that's probably wants me. We need to see if they can get me. And then West Ham's an option just to get played. So I think we're almost a second option, but at the same time, the fact we didn't want him, he's got to think, once Tadibo comes back, am I going to be back in the team straight away? And me personally, maybe not. But I think the way everyone's gone about, because he hasn't played for this season and stuff, been playing under 21s, and last season he went to Villa, didn't really play that much. I think we overlook it and we get too ignorant sometimes. I think we just we have to take him because I don't think he's a bad player. I think he showed quality like a couple of years ago why Chelsea got him and stuff. We wanted him before he went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Do you actually remember? And I think he's a decent player. He can cover the right a bit as well. I think he's quite composed from what I've seen and stuff from him. He's someone that I think the only thing that you just want is if someone's going to be able to battle out and be ready for that dogfight in the relegation, and that's what we just need to see from him. But he's been out in the cold. He's got something to prove, I know, yeah, he's been getting paid and stuff, but I think he has something to prove, and I think that's what you need from people that want to come to someone just to show they still got it. Because at the end of the day, he has to show people he still got it, and to get himself a move, whether it be to West Ham or another team. So look, we help each other out. At the moment, we're not going to get anyone. Our owners don't want to pay for anyone. It's going to be a loan, and that is probably the best option we've got right now. Take it, and let's not turn our heads up. And then he's a quality defender, and we just need to back him.
I think that from his loan at Aston Villa, he was playing right back a fair bit.
Yeah.
I agree with you in the sense I don't think he's a bad player, but what I didn't realise till the other day is that he's not played any football since April. Like is that mean he's not match fit? He ain't gonna be sharp. Like that's what concerns me the most is if he was like getting the odd bench appearance or playing in the Champions League or league, because even Chelsea were in like the League Cup last four and he's still not got any minutes. And it's like I think him and Sterling were the two that just basically got fucking isolated into just you ain't in the plan sort of thing. But once again, mate, like without doing it every single week of this podcast, but it's always going to come down to the owners. It's just the lack of planning and strategy. It's like you've seen the defenders the managers got to work with. You knew Paqueta wanted to go the start of January. We've got no Paqueta replacement, and we've got no defender coming in. And then you got the front to try and throw Nuno under the bus. It's like, oh well, it's up to him if he wants anyone. It's like you're just offering him dross, like fucking hell. And it's like I don't agree with like, oh yeah, let's just slag a player off where he comes in. But it's not exactly the best chance for him. He's not kicked a football in how many months, and he's coming into a team where we need you to come in and fucking perform. Like it's pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive pressure for him, and God love him. God love him, it's a lot of pressure. He's going to come in, and the first thing he does, everyone's going to judge him straight away, and that'll make his time at West Ham. He can't be like Calvin Phillips when he gives it back to Solanke and he scores, and that just ruins his career. He needs to make sure he does something, like put like a big challenge in. That's all he has to do. Once he does that, we'll be on his side. But yeah, God, we just need to be stable. And I think you're right to be concerned the fact he hasn't got match fitness, and we probably need him to come away at Burnley, But
because the thing is, like, we can all be positive and say, like, for instance, I'm really wary now because I was Dawson, Callum Wilson, that sometimes just let the footballers play football, right? But we can't always just use these really niche examples for just signing unwanted bottom of the barrel players. It's not always going to turn into a Dawson or a Lingard. Like we've got lucky with it, and the players that are coming had a point to prove almost, and they've sort of done that. But the strategy can't just be, who's not played a game of football in a year and wants to come to it. And then even he's like, can I be asked coming in? Like, for fuck's sake. Thing is, I don't even blame the fella. He's probably watching it like, is this really good for my career? Like, he's like, AC Milan, West Ham. He's like,
get relegated or win the Serie A.
Yeah, literally. I think that the only other thing, I think that against Chelsea, I noticed that these red card protests, I mean, obviously they're going to be better away from home, but they are getting louder. Like, there was like pretty much everyone in the whole way in was holding one up, singing anti-ball stuff. And obviously at the home game, you feel like a bit of a plum sometimes because there's like us three and just no one else. But I think that it's important that fans are trying to get behind this. And I think he's like, anyone that knows the football club knows that we've been going through this for donkey's years. And the fact that he can't even be asked, it's almost like the owners have resided to the fact that we're going down and they don't even want to take the risk of spending a few quid. They'd rather wait till we go down and then just fucking fire sale the whole team. And then I dread to think what sort of squad we're going to inherit next season.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We don't know. Obviously, we don't know if we're going to get relegated. A lot of people probably think we are going to get relegated. We just got a lot of uncertainties, to be fair. Some people say it might be good to reset, but right now we actually seen some quality from these players and getting stability to the fact that we're finally actually clicking as a team. This actually might be the team that next season we might actually do right. But then if we get relegated, completely have to get rid of that team that's got all that quality, like the Fernandez's, potentially Somerville if he keeps going on at Bowen, and we're gonna have to start again and probably search for youth players and quality championship players or lower end Premier League players that want to come to the game. And it's another like change. It's not something we need. We just need stability. We need people that want to commit. And if the owners really want to commit, they need to show intention. Say, we're not going to get relegated. We're going to survive. And this is why we've got the ambition to match it. Same time, they're just looking out for themselves. Okay, we're never going to sell Paqueta. Let's spend 50 million to make them think that we are going to do what we can. And then 30 days later, let's get this young kid from South America. And Paqueta's gone. There we go. We got money back. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one realizes. And scraping the barrel now.
They literally run West Ham like a fruit and vegetable on fucking Romford Market. There's no like long-term planning. And I'm just bored of saying it because everyone knows
That's
it. Like,
it.
it's just, but it's like you say, it's like, although we can't defend for shit really, I've seen enough from the players to suggest in these close games, if we start every game, no, actually, if we play 90 minutes like we do the first half of the last few games, we've got a good chance of staying up. But
Yeah.
it's how have the owners watched this and not thought, right, we've got a chance now? Any other owner, even if they were Brassic or Skin, they'd even risk going into the FFP and breaking the PSR because it's almost like short-term loss, long-term gain. Whereas they're just like, oh, we're down. What's the point? It's like, you fucking morons.
No, I don't know, but that's the thing. You like you said earlier, it's just the long-term planning, the vision and stuff. Like, where is it? Where is the long-term planning? Where was it 5 years ago? What was your plan, and what have you done wrong in that plan? You need to tell us, and you come out and be like that. This like they hide everything. They like to pull the wall over the fans, the players, the media, everything. Like to puppeteer their way and make sure that they look good or whatever. But we know this. We've been screaming this for the whole season and beyond. So
yeah. I think that as you say though, just trying to be on a positive note, the players are showing fight because as you say, I know there are some people that are going overboard today. I think, oh yeah, proper West Ham. But for me, I'm like, I'd rather him be fit for 3 games. I'm sort of on the fence with it. But I think even Jared Bowen got asked about the result, and he basically said, "I don't care. We've got to go Burnley and win." And I'm like, right, I like that. Don't dwell on
that's
that.
it.
They know they played well. They know it was. The thing is, I even had my mates that were like neutral fans going, "How the fuck have you lost that?" Like, so obviously, like we're showing something, and next weekend's huge because Friday night Leeds have got Nottingham Forest, and we've got Burnley. So, thing is, I honestly think that although there's teams closer than Palace, Palace are the team, mate. They are their clubs in free fall. I don't know if you saw the quotes from Dean Henderson. He got asked about what's up with a recent form, when he said everyone at the club knows it, but no one's going to say anything. And it's like they're like that's never good. Like they've
That's
not
not
won in
good.
12. They've not won in 12. Mateta, I don't know if he's left yet. But apparently, going to blow
No.
48 million on Strand Larson. I'm like,
Yeah. So what they've done? Apparently, he's not going to Milan. Apparently, it's off.
oh, so maybe Strand Larson might even stay at Wolves then.
Yeah. No. Apparently, he's still coming.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
But
Let me
yeah,
check.
I think that it's going to be I know it's just like a cliche. As I said last time, every game since October, I'm like, this game's a cup final. It's like they literally are just all cup finals now
They
because
are.
what at the start of the season was, oh yeah, you go Burnley, you get a point. You're like, okay, that's not the worst result. Whereas now it's like, no, we need 3 points every single fucking game now.
I know.
And yeah, I think I think after the results this weekend, we're gonna have a better idea of whether we've got a chance still. I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think the one thing that people are not actually realizing is the fact Forest have actually got teams literally at the bottom. So it's a good thing and bad for me because whatever result goes, that's gonna kind of halt people around. We just want them all to draw and stuff. But if someone wins or thing, it means they're pulling the other person down. So right now, we just need to focus on us, make sure we win our games, and just see what happens out of it because you never know. Everyone might be a bit closer for us to be able to yank them and pull them below us and stuff. So let's just hope, you know.
Yeah, I think as well. There was like a few people saying it after the game. It was just like you got your eye on that last game of the season. If we can stay within 2 points of Leeds, I already said to everyone, I was like, I'll be in the Grove at 6:30 in the morning. I will not be able to enjoy that game. That will be the most stressful 90 minutes of my life.
I know.
But at least we have that there. So if we do stay within Leeds, we've got a fighting chance. But I know everyone's saying that we've not got a lot of games left, but for me, there is still a lot of football to play.
There is a lot.
It's just more these games now where you're going away to Burnley. We need to go there and win. We've got to make a statement. We've got to just go there and smash them at half time and come away with a point, get the confidence. Then after that, you got Man United at home, which is going to be tough. They're in shit hot form. Bournemouth at home, they're beatable. They are beatable, Bournemouth.
Oh, they are.
So, and the thing is, like, we were seriously unlucky not to get anything against against Chelsea. So it's that time of the season now where teams like us are going to go away to tough places and get results. So hope is not lost. Fuck the balls, but the players are showing something, and that's the only positive I'm trying to hang on to.
Good man. Good man. It's a fight, and as supporters and fans of the club, we just got to have that belief. Stop saying that we're relegated. We have to back the team because it's none of this to say the team aren't showing us anything to fight for.
Mm.
Turn up, and we just got to have that belief saying that we're going to stay up. We can't just give up and just resign to the fact we're relegated. Like my dreams, they fade and die. No, I mean we're fighting, boys. We got to show it. We got to show it. Don't lose that belief.
Exactly. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you thought of the Chelsea game. Are you optimistic for survival? Do you think we get something at Burnley? Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow it. I think we're on the massive 233 subscribers now, so that's basically like global, mate. We can get in there.
Good.
But yeah, we'll be back for a preview for the Burnley game some point in the week. And yeah, come on, you Irons.
Irons.